Okay, you mentioned World War I, and of course, preceding World War I was a great period of globalization, and then that globalization, the cheap money that fueled it ended, and that resulted, you could say, in this global conflict. Similarly, in 2007, 2008, you had what's called peak credit. Credit dried up and has caused tremendous strains around the world, and it's flaring up in these revolutions and revolts. What do you make of this, Gerald Celente? I'm looking over at Paul Farrell, who's a columnist at MarketWatch, which, of course, is a Dow Jones-owned website. He recently wrote an editorial saying that the Fed Director Bernanke is a dictator that needs to be toppled. Now, that's pretty strong language coming from mainstream American press, characterizing the Fed chairman as a dictator that needs to be toppled, presumably like we're seeing regimes change in other countries. Is this a breakthrough in terms of the rhetoric in the U.S.? It seems like things are heating up in the U.S.
It is a breakthrough, and things are heating up. As you pointed out, what's going on in Ohio, what's going on in Wisconsin. You know, the people are taking to the streets. They're wise to the game. People didn't even know what the Federal Reserve was 5 years ago. And now you can talk to many people and they're angry about what's going on. And so when you hear it from MarketWatch and Ron Paul also growing in stature and getting more and more airtime coming out against the Fed, and even the mainstream business media on TV are coming out against Bernanke, that these are failed policies. And when you look at them, Max, let's look at what they're coming up with, the schemes from D.C. They're coming up with, they talk about we're going to lower taxes. We have to cut spending. We have to put more stimulus in. These are the three cornerstones that they keep talking about. They've tried them all. They've tried them all, and they've all failed. So what do they keep doing? They keep becoming emboldened by their failures. It's like the military. They keep losing these wars, and it's the same thing they say all the time. Progress is being made. More men, more money, more time. Matter of fact, I just heard the president's, this is a great one. Go on YouTube and watch it. It's a laugh. It was on February 17th, the White House press conference. They have a new guy. His name is Carney. And it's a great name for him because Carney is a carnival worker. And this guy's great, boy. But he's coming out with and saying that Obama's stimulus program is working. And one of the reporters said, but wait, you said that according to the charts that with the stimulus program, we'd have 7% unemployment now. And you know what the guy said? He doesn't want to relitigate history. Well, we're really at about 22% unemployment when you look at John Williams' stats. So when you look at the lies that are being told and the Bernanke failures, yeah, it's a dictator that they want to topple, but more important, Max, the merger of state and corporate powers is called fascism. And that's what's really going on in America because they really starting to clamp down. They know that things are getting out of control, and they're really going to try to stop it before it spreads.
All right. Gerald Celente, I'm reading the news coming out of Wisconsin and Ohio. There's protests in the street. There are union members. They're labor is part of the labor force. Now, here's the question. The way the media is portraying these people is as pesky union members and pesky laborers that don't get the whole post-Reagan neoliberal revolution. Now, here's the question I want to ask, and maybe you can help square the circle for these people. To me, and I would think you would agree, what these people are experiencing in Ohio and Wisconsin is not the problems that are regional and specific to their labor issues with their local municipalities and governments, but it's part of a global problem where the banks have disenfranchised countries and communities around the world. But how do you get the people in Wisconsin and Ohio to understand that their plight is pari passu, if you will, to use a banking term, with the revolutionaries in Egypt and the revolutionaries in Tunisia? How do you get them to understand that they're all on the same side against the bankers?
I think they're starting to understand it. You mentioned the media. How about calling them the press? How about calling the press the prostitutes? because that's what they are. I just mentioned this guy, Carney, who's now the mouthpiece for the administration. Hey, where did he come from? Geez, Time Magazine. And who's his wife? Oh, Claire Shipman with ABC. It's the same school. So you're not going to get it through the media. It's going to go through Journalism 2.0. And Journalism 2.0 is who you are, who I am, who others are that are not part of the mainstream media. And the people are starting to understand it. Even the people that have been disconnected are putting the pieces together because they know it's about the bottom line. But here's where the difficulty comes in. As these revolutions start to take place, what they then do is they find the new communist. And the new communist today is the Muslims. So what they're doing is they're trying to shift it from being a bread and butter issue to a religious issue. It's that stupid saying that they say all the time. You know, all wars begin because of religions. No, they don't. They begin over money. It's all about money. But to answer your question, they are putting it together. All things are connected. Workers of the World Unite 2.0. That was our trend forecast, as you mentioned, a couple of years ago.